We're back for 59E, where all day we've jumped into this nuclear craft rabbit hole. We're going to need, in the chemical reactor, water and sulfur trioxide or liquid sulfur trioxide. So the chemical reactor is something we're going to need to work here. And we have one, right? We're going to need more, but we have one. So if we put that here, we should get power and water. Now we need to be able to put the liquid sulfur trioxide, which, okay, how do we get that? Now let's go that route, right? Actually, let's not go that route. Let's try that route. Sulfur trioxide is another chemical reactor with oxygen and sulfur dioxide, oxygen difluoride, ethylene, and sulfuric acid, which, hello, we're trying to get sulfuric acid. Sulfur trioxide and nothing. Oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide. Wow, okay. So this is a huge rabbit hole. We need to bring in sulfur dioxide. Where are we going to get sulfur dioxide? I'm guessing it's sulfur and something else, right? Sulfur dioxide. Let's sulfuric acid, trioxide, dioxide. Alright, so another chemical reactor with oxygen and sulfur. Okay, so we do need to go the molten sulfur route, which is in a melter. Sulfur in a melter. The cool thing is we're getting sulfur from here. So we need a melter. Nether brick, servomech, which I believe we can make. Alright, so let's go work on our melter. Man, this is, you know, I see how Direwolf can direwire stuff, because you start working one thing and the next thing you know you're hip deep into all kinds of other crap to get to the one thing you're trying to work. Okay, so crystallizer, I don't remember what we needed this for. We needed this to get something. Calcium sulfate that we get from calcium sulfate solution that we get from a chemical reaction of sulfuric acid and fluorite water. So we're working the sulfuric acid to get to that right there, the calcium sulfite. So sulfuric acid comes from we need one more chemical to get us to trioxide, one more chemical reactor to get us to dioxide, one more chemical, so that's 3 chemical reactors we're going to need. Alright, and we only have one. Fluoride enricher, boom, got it. Rock crusher, got it. Melters, we need a melter. Advanced plating requires basic plating. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one of these guys. We need one of these guys. We need nether brick, which I'm not sure if we have in there, but we should have. Enough nether rack to make nether brick. Alright, so melter to get us the sulfur melt. The liquid sulfur, right? Or the melt blah 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 blah. Hoy. Okay, so melter. Melter here. Crushed carbonite, zirconium, fluorite. This one has sulfur. So let's work that. Sulfur in here, and it'll go through and do its thing. And we have sulfur. Wonder if it can take any sulfur. It should be able to, right? Yeah. We have sulfur. Alright. So there's that. On this one we need the fluorite to do this. To make that. Alright, so we've got the fluoride water. Yay. Sulfuric acid is the next thing we're working on. So this water and what? Melter is this. That's going to be liquid oxygen. Oxygen is going to come from water with oxygen difluoride. The electrolyzer puts water in and gives us oxygen out. Oxygen difluoride and water, or water to get the oxygen. Yeah. So looks to me like we need an electrolyzer. Alright, so the electrolyzer requires, of course, that. Requires those, requires this, requires advanced plating, which requires basic plating. Electrolyzer. Boom. Now the electrolyzer also requires water. Okay. Electrolyzer is getting its water. Also requires power. Electrolyzer is getting its power. And from the water it should be making oxygen, right? Right, oxygen. So we're going to combine the molten sulfur, which we're getting here, with the oxygen that we're getting here to get the dioxide. And then to get the trioxide, we need more oxygen with the dioxide. So the oxygen is something we're going to need quite a bit of. So I would suggest that we speed this up. So what do we need for these upgrades? A weighted pressure plate heavy. Okay. What I should be doing is looking at it here, huh? We need a weighted pressure plate. And for this one, we're going to need a gold weighted pressure plate. I don't know how many we get or we need of each, but this one we should have the components for. Now that'll require it to have more power. Notice these still haven't become uranium. Okay. Can I get a wrench this? Export only, that's what I wanted. Okay. Because we are going to put a flux point on these. Alright, so everything should be getting power. Good. Now speed that up. Yeah, look at that. It takes a lot more power. Alright, so let's go back to what do we need for this? Pulverized obsidian and nether quartz. Crushed quartz. Any crushed quartz. Alright. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Because we have quartz growing out here. So the crushed quartz should not be an issue. Okay, that's crushed quartz. And we wanted, what was the other one in that upgrade? Pulverized obsidian. Put that up, put that up. Alright, so crushed obsidian, crushed quartz, Alright, so that's the oxygen, right? Or that will work us towards oxygen, because this is now sucking up a lot of power. We have oxygen, we have hydrogen, we have deuterium. Shift click to clear tank. What we want is this one to output on the right. We'll disable all the rest of these. That one to output on the right. Okay? And then we will put another tank. Here. Clear this. Pull. Not hydrogen. Hydrogen is not what I said. Okay. So, tank. Deuterium. Alright. Another tank. We just might get what we want out of this at some point. Not hydrogen. Push all the hydrogen out. Good. This tank has what in it? Nothing. So now we should get oxygen out of that tank and hydrogen in this tank. If I pull here, I should get oxygen. Yes. Alright, now that's our sulfur. We're going to need lots of oxygen. Gosh dang it. So how do we get rid of this stuff? Because oxygen's the one that I want the most of. I should put this on top. And then put deuterium on top of this one. But let's close all of this up, right? And then that there, but let's none. I don't think that has to be pull. Alright, so now let's change these again. So hydrogen, oh wait. Hydrogen I want to come out of the top. Deuterium I want to come out of the top. Okay. And now if I do always active, not insert, and I do only insert and only insert, it should put what goes where. And then what's going to happen when this gets over full? So we need we need something for that to be able to just push off hydrogen. What can we use to push off the hydrogen? Or do we need it? I don't think we need it. We need this oxygen. We need this sulfur. But this is working much faster now, pushing hydrogen, oxygen, and deuterium, right? Yeah, deuterium out. But hydrogen's the one that we get the most of. So maybe we use this tank instead of that tank. Just so we have a much bigger space, because that tank just allows us to hold more. Maybe. Where are those open block tanks? Really? Boy. Always got to make things difficult. That's got hydrogen in it. We can put that back in here. And if I put these here, then that's that much more hydrogen we can store. Because this procedure, I don't want to clear that tank, I don't want to clear the tanks. I want to see, let's go back to oxygen, right? And see oxygen from mechanism, oxygen from nuclear craft comes out of water, but see we get 950 of that, 50 of that, and 500 of that. So we get the majority of this. Kind of sucks. Heavy water would only give us the same. Oh, but it would give us tritium and deuterium. Alright, so anyway, we've got the oxygen happening here, right? So now we need to move this oxygen into another container. Not the crystallizer. Fluid enricher, use fluorite water. That's great. This chemical reactor has water, and what did we need in this one? so now I've completely lost where we were. We're trying to make calcium sulfate. Calcium sulfate is fluorite water, which we have, and sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid comes from water and sulfur trioxide, which comes from sulfur dioxide, which comes from sulfur and liquid oxygen. Alright, so sulfur and the liquid oxygen in a chemical reactor. So we need another chemical reactor. So we need one more of these, and we need one of these, and we need one of these, which requires those. And we need our plates. Alright, so there's the chemical reactor. This chemical reactor will take the molten sulfur and oxygen. So alright, so that should be making both of those, right? Yes. Input on left for that one. No output. Input on left. So this one should be output on right. So this should start going up, but it's not. But it has made us some sulfur dioxide. Huh. All right. All right. So, sulfur dioxide and that's working. Good. So sulfur dioxide becomes sulfur trioxide with another chemical how do I want to call it? Chemical reactor. Oh. Alright, well that's going to do it for us for today. This is a rabbit hole that I was kind of trying to avoid, but we're not going to be able to avoid it. So I'm going to keep working it to try and get the stuff that we need going and working like we want it. And we will see how it works out. It's not necessarily gonna be difficult. It's just gonna take us a couple more steps. So we'll keep working it. My name's NHarmzWay. I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.